financial literacy. We're going to keep going, and we're going to start a unit that has to do with taxes. Just have a brief introduction, talk about all the different types of taxes that we pay, and then get into our first unit on payroll tax. What comes out of your paycheck? What the difference between gross and net pay. So to kind of help our minds get going here, give me any kind of tax that you've ever heard of before, that you've paid, or your mom or dad has paid, or somebody knows paid. Yeah.
You go to the store.
What kind?
You get taxed on like clothes or like
sales tax?
Yeah, sales tax.
Go ahead, just fire them off.
Stadium tax.
A stadium tax, okay?
Gas tax.
Gas tax.
Alcohol tax.
Sin taxes, they call those. Good.
Tax return.
Tax return, those that got to do with federal and state taxes. Okay. Anything else?
Well, I know.
What happens when you die?
Oh.
Estate tax, inheritance tax,
Wouldn't it be Social Security?
Social Security tax, inheritance, estate. If somebody gives you more than, I believe it's $10,000, you have to pay a gift tax on that. Surtax, alternative minimum tax. Anybody got a driver's license yet? When you go in and get your driver's license, do they charge any money? Do they say, Joe, this is for free? So,
Yeah, they charge you like a fee for it.
license tax. My dad died a little over a year ago. We took his car and put it in my name. It's called a transfer tax, transfer the title. Medicare, Medicaid. You guys, Joe, I know you guys live in a house. You ever heard your parents talk about property taxes? You got it. So, anyways, lots of taxes. We're not going to talk about all of them. We're going to really talk about the ones that are most important, and really most important high school students. And I think, you know, when we get to your paycheck and what comes out of your specific paychecks, we'll start with that and with some of those payroll taxes. So, who's had a job? Got a paycheck. Okay. Who did you work for?
My uncle.
Your uncle? Okay, you got paid cash. And who did you work for?
I work at kind of church.
Yep, Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great. When you work for your uncle, he pays you in cash, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at his apartment complex.
Does he pay you cash or you get a payroll check?
I get a check.
You do, okay. Sometimes you work doing, you babysit or do some of those jobs, you mow the neighbor's yard, and they give you 20 bucks tax. Most people don't include that, and then the taxes don't come out of that. But when you get your Chuck E. Cheese, or when I get my check from the Mountain View schools, there's a difference between gross pay and what I actually get put in my bank account. So we've got gross pay and net pay. Do you guys understand the difference between gross pay and net pay?
I've seen them like on my like pay stub.
Yep, we're looking at pay stub here in just a sec.
Gross pay would be how much you make, net pay is how much you make after taxes.
Good enough for me. So if you're making 10 bucks an hour and you worked 10 hours, how much should you theoretically get paid? 100 bucks, okay? So your gross pay on that would be 100. But when it shows up either in a check or direct deposited, how much does it usually end up being? Yeah, maybe like $83.14. That's called your net pay. And again, we talked about some of those things. What are a couple of things that make up that difference? It's not all those taxes, but some of those are on there. Let me help you. Federal, you know, what you have withheld for federal taxes is one of the things going to make up the difference. What you have withheld for state taxes, what else might make up that difference? Everybody pays Social Security and Medicare, Medicaid. I think Social Security right now is 6.85%. So it means out of $100, in this case, $6.85 would get put into Social Security. And if you live long enough to be 62, 65 years old, you might start to see it back. Medicare, Medicaid, most people have heard of that. Grandma might get Medicare, Medicaid. That's going to come out of there. Anybody else, other things that are withheld from paychecks, anything of those real quick? Yeah?
When I used to work at Chipotle on my pay stub, it would say insurance, and then so-and-so got taken out, for like dental or like.
Excellent, excellent. So, you know, I do the same thing, my family health care, my family dental insurance, the school district pays a part of that, and I pay part of that, and the part that I have to pay, they withhold from my paycheck. A couple other things, you've heard people having their wages garnished, if they don't make child support or alimony, the government might withhold it from the paycheck and take it that way too. So, good. So you guys get a feel for the difference between gross pay and net pay? Make sense? Okay, let's just take a real quick look at that one, then we'll kind of get into an activity here. I pulled up one, I hope it's a good one, I didn't look in too closely. So here's a sample. Does this look familiar? Would you guys get paid, or at least remotely close to that? Hopefully on the other side, if you get paid manually, there's a check and you rip it off.
Yeah, like 400,
So,
500 taken out.
pardon me?
Yeah, 500 taken out.
It is. So, someone's making 28 bucks an hour. We're not making. They work 80 hours, so they would have, what is this? Is this gross or net right there?
That would be gross.
That's gross. That's total. And then, could anybody find their net pay on there? It's
Right there in the corner.
Yep, net pay. So again, the difference is $659.06. And so, what is that comprised of? And these are kind of what we talked about. And they're pretty well labeled. FICA is another name for,
Federal something.
yeah, Social Security. Federal Insurance Corporation, something like that. I don't even know exactly what it stands for, but that is basically Social Security. Oh, there it is. FICA, Social Security, FICA, Medicare, Medicaid, federal taxes withheld, state taxes withheld, and I can tell this is California by CA, and that is state disability insurance. It's something we have in California. Kind of falls under that workers' comp thing. We don't have it in Minnesota, so we're not going to spend a lot of time worrying about it. So does that make sense? Gross pay
Yeah.
to net pay? Yeah. Okay, good. Let's go to a little activity I've got here. I think that's probably good, Sally.
Okay. Say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.